Hi there, it's Kerry-Louise and Oisha. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about Oisha and who and what that is, and give you a spring update of the mapping reading from what comes through the conscious energy. So Oisha is a beautiful collection of energy that comes through to my high self and talks to me very naturally, like they're here with me having a little cup of tea. And it's so beautiful because it's just very natural and just very natural. So Oisha is a collection of energies that come through to me through my guides, and they come from their guides. So there's a filtration like service, if you like, where they're giving me the best information. And when we say best information is truth. So it's truthful information, it's loving information, and it's compassionate, and it's here to serve us in our entirety to connect to our higher selves and to our teams. So that's a little bit about Oisha. I've worked with Oisha now for around, knowingly, around 5 years, and it isn't really a ritualistic thing that I need to do to allow Oisha to come through. Oisha comes through when I just decide that I would like to give a reading, or when somebody's booked with me for a reading or healing, or when they give me an impression upon me that it's time to now communicate. And today is one of those days to communicate. So I've just been sat in the subscription, giving everybody an individual lovely mini reading to help them through spring. So I had an impression, a feeling, a sense to come here to my YouTube and talk to you a little bit about Oisha, but mainly to give you a reading. And with readings, there's plan A's, there's plan B's, there's plan B's and C's out there for us. And readings can just really help us have a wonderful foundation across the mapping system of who we are and the mapping system of life, and allow us to integrate those mapping systems. So I always think the above mapping systems, the so below mapping system, and then you have your internal mapping system. So it's allowing those mapping systems to integrate, align, and allowing a sense of integration. And that integration allows us to explore ourselves on a deeper level and connect above, below, within, so all is connected. As a communicator, I always have this really deep sense and belief that there's meant to be hundreds of thousands of millions of billions of us as we roll through the generations and years and the cycles of our humanness. And the reason for that is because we are all energetic. Everything is energetic. Everything is vibration. So if we all connect with our energy, our vibration, and above and below, that's so within vibration, and we take personal responsibility for that, then communication comes through just so much more amplified but natural. Okay, so I'm going to share with you some cards today. It's going to be a card driven reading, and I'm going to use the quantum oracle cards. Okay, so I used some of these today in some of the readings in my subscription that I provide for on a closed Instagram site. But these have been a firm favourite to use today, and they always make me really smile, and my team and their teams really like this oracle card set. So what I'm going to share with you is where we've been as a collective the last 6 months, okay? So you might be like, well, that's not where I feel I've personally been, but then just kind of go within and think about the people around you. Maybe you've worked with, your family, the animals, the plant kingdom, the mineral kingdom. Think about everything that holds a vibration, and think about where they have been and what they have been doing. So for the last 6 months, I've got this beautiful card for the collective. Where have we been at? And it's saying our minds have been wildly on travel. Now that doesn't really surprise me, and nor will it really surprise you, I would have thought. But travel has been high on a physical priority for a lot of people. We had been so suppressed into being so constrained at home, hadn't we, really, with the lockdowns? You know, our travel was going for a daily walk as our exercise. That was our travel, as a physical travel. Now, a lot of people through lockdowns went through a real surge of astral travel. And because so many people went astrally traveling, they went visiting some of their favourite places, some of their favourite people. It's no surprise now it's showing up physically from the energetic world that people are wanting to get out there and travel now and enjoy themselves. And enjoying ourselves does come with travel, because we are humans. We like to see and feel and observe and wonder about other countries, other places, even places within your own country. We like to explore, we like to know, we like to create new manifestations, because if we only know what we know and we've only been where we've been, we can't open up our energetic timelines that will show us what we might like, what does bring us joy, what could bring us joy. So through the lockdowns, when we saw a lot of people trying astral travel, knowingly, unknowingly, and a lot of people were meditating and getting to grips with meditation maybe for the first ever time. And then in the meditations, being in a beautiful place by a beautiful beach, or in a beautiful forest by a beautiful lake, wherever it was we travelled to within our beautiful imagination, and however we travelled there in our beautiful imagination, we are now manifesting physical reality, and travel is wildly important for so many at the moment, to feel the freedom and to feel that control of having that freedom as well. So travel is being really on our doorstep, and it will be for the next 6 years. It's going to be very high priority for many to now visit their loved ones in different countries, to go to different countries with loved ones, to be brave and explore different countries or different places on your own, and not have that constraint of, I need to be with somebody, I need to go with somebody, knowing that if you don't do it for yourself there and then, it's just not going to happen. So allowing that sense of wonder to be present and omnipresent in your physical and energetic reality is really on the doorstep for many. And we're going to see, no matter what we get fed in the UK from news, we're going to see a lot of people planning to move countries. They're going to plan to move, and it doesn't matter how hard this illusionary field is to, you know, it's so hard to move countries and find a new job. There's going to be so many people that have banked that energy of travel and different countries and wanting to live there and different places. It's going to happen. So the next 6 years, we're going to see so much movement after these next 3 months. So we're going to go April, May, June, and in July, that burst of light is really going to come through, and people will be making provisions and planning, or just upping sticks and just going, doing it and going for it. Yeah. So it's going to be there. It's going to bring lots of newness. All this travel is going to bring newness to everybody. And that doesn't close doors. All that does is open more new doors, more new doors, more new doors. Helps you step up. You know, you may move somewhere and be like, this is going to be the place. And you get there and you're like, what? This is nice. But a few hours down the road, that's even more aligned with where I am. Yeah. So you may find that you move and then you move again. Don't be afraid. Do not worry. If it makes you very joyful and it makes your solar plexus, your manipura sing, oh my word, you go for it. And you do it. We get one life. Get this one life, this one time to really fulfill our enjoyment. So that's where we've been, but that's also where we're going as well. So that's quite a nice one. So that was the last 6 months of where we were at, what's been high priority on people's minds, but also for the next 6 years where we're going to be going as well. So this one is where we're at now as a collective. Where are we now? And this is the angels of the 4 directions comes through. Okay, and this is spirit. So because we were cooped up in our homes, a lot of people felt very cooped up, couldn't go to work, didn't go to work through all those lockdowns. We are now seeing all of those manifestations where people did a lot of meditations, connecting with the energies like earth, wind, fire, water and spirit, because so many people were finding different ways of living and being. We now are in this wonderful manifestation period where the angels of the 4 directions are there to be felt and heard by so many, by many more than what was before. And that is so wonderful that so many people right now are so open to energy, to spirit, to consciousness, to life beyond the veil. So many people are just so open to that and so open-hearted and happy to receive so much more information through energy workers, through people who work with spirit, however aligns with you, whatever aligns with you. But we are now in a place where so many more people are lit up. We have so many healers activated on the planet. So many more people listening to their intuition and becoming their own readers. It's truly wonderful and truly, truly beautiful that we have so many that are so open to this divine light and so open to the information that comes through. And what that does, because there's so many, it strengthens the connection for us all. Yeah, there's less cobwebs in the energetic system. Timelines from the energetic system, new pathways are all being opened, and because they are being opened, the energy from the universe is more applicable to work with. Yeah, more applicable to work with, more pliable to work with, more streamlined to work with. and that is just such a graceful thing for everybody. So if you are a healer, if you're a reader, and you do that, that's your job of who you are, just know that there's going to be so many of us. There will be so many more of us. And that's the plan, isn't it? The plan is that we're all in tune with our communication. Yeah, as a communication beacon, we're all much more in tune. And with that, that's where we really create a planet. We really create an earth, because we are as above, so below, and so within. We are connecting with those realms. We are connecting and being the communicator, the connector. We're doing our jobs as a human, and that is allowing information to come down, allowing information to come up, allowing that information to be read, and allowing that information to move and go through us, allowing us to be in our higher self, allowing us to be, as people say, the best versions of ourselves. There is a lot to look forward to from being us, who we are right now. Is quite magnificent time. So we're going to go on to the next 10 to 12 months. Where are we moving in the next 10 to 12 months? We've already spoken about travel over the next 6 years. We're already talking about, like, we're more open to the directions. So let's have a grasp, let's have a feeling around where we're going to be going as a community, as a collective of humanness, as vibrational beings over the next 10 to 12 months. So the next 10 to 12 months, this card came through, kindred partnership. So what this shows us is more people embracing more people embracing more animals, more people embracing the mineral and plant kingdom. This is showing us over the next 12 months, people are just finding their light, they're activating their light, they're activating their humanness with all the oneness. And because that is occurring, we are finding the lighthouse that's within us and understanding. More people will be understanding this is their home. This is their home. This is their home. Whatever you're looking for, stop. This is your home. This is your beautiful, beautiful home. This is where you live in this embody. And so many more people will be embodying that light within and understanding you are the lighthouse. Actually, you are the light home. Yeah, you are the light home. And the kindred partnership will be ultimately with yourself. Yeah, with yourself. That is the kindred partnership, is being in that absolute light home of you, of who you are, and understanding that. Isn't that amazing for us that we can all hold that light and know that we are all home within ourselves if we accept the bodies that we've been given, if we accept the hair that is ours, if we accept what we are within us and the reflection of the outer of us, this representation of us, if we understand that this is all our home, and the more we love it, the more we nurture it, the more we're graceful with it, the more we talk so sweetly with it, that kindred partnership just grows and grows, because the more compassionate and kind we are with ourselves, the wonderful thing is the more compassionate we are with each other. And that is a beautiful thing. That's a rainbow of light that spreads from one human to another human, to the plants, to the animals, to the mineral kingdom. It spreads out to everybody. That's pretty cool within itself. But we're going to see more people connecting with animals, more people taking in stray animals, taking in animals from the RSPCAs, from the animal charities. More people are going to get involved with that. That's just going to really surge, and that is because we have so many people now on the planet that are outwardly talking about how much they love animals. So that energy attracts more energy, and it encourages more people to go to a shelter and help a dog but may only have 4 years left of its life, or in its first 4 months of its life. We're going to have more people devoting themselves to just saying, yes, I'll take that one animal. And it could be a dog, it could be a cat, it could be reptiles, it could be hamsters, yeah. But we're going to see that. We're going to see people just really open up their humanness of compassion through connecting with the light of their lighthouse, of who they are. And that's really beautiful. And that will sweep, you know, us off our feet as humans, that we are caring more. We're just not too worried about, oh, will that animal make a house dirty? Will it make it smell? Does it really matter? Does it really matter if your house is a little bit different? You're giving time and affection to something else, yeah. You're allowing yourself to care for something else that can't actually care for itself and has been put into unfortunate circumstances. And then the plant kingdom, oh my goodness, people are really, really going back to green roots, grass roots, going back to their green shoots roots. That's what that team of Oisha are saying, and they're saying that with such a smile. Over the next 16 years in the UK, we're really going to start seeing a surge of people growing their own, not just flowers, foods as well. People are just going to be so lit up and compassionate and have this kindred partnership with themselves, which will really activate this relationship that we have with food and how it comes to us and how it is grown, and the gratitude for how it comes to our plate. It's really, really going to grow. It's going to go from strength to strength. We're going to see a lot of celebrities really endorsing having, you know, all these wonderful allotments and pieces of land and turning them into food sanctuaries for us all, food places. Like they're like little food sanctuaries that are being put upon the earth. So I've just been shown and shared that, you know, there are some flowers that are definitely edible. There are a lot of herbs that are edible, and there's a lot of, if we wanted to, vegetables and fruits to plant that will agree with wherever you are on the earth. We can do that. But my heart's just beating a little bit as the team of Oisha share with me that as we plant anything, allow an intention to go out, an intention that if there's somebody else out there that's not planting for whatever reason and putting something into the earth, you do it on their behalf. So maybe as you plant and grow a lovely raspberry leaf bush, for example, and you thank that raspberry leaf for being part of your home, for part of your energetic system, and you thank those raspberries that are to come to be blessed by the people that can't right now plant for whatever reason, but for each of the fruits that come through, for each of the seedlings, for each of the little shoots, that come through, that we're not just planting this for ourselves, we're planting for everyone and everything that will benefit. Planting for those who can't plant, and we're planting for those who can plant. And with that, it's sharing the compassion of food, the compassion of thought and feeling that sometimes can be disassociated with foods. So it's about allowing what we grow to be so nurtured by us and have an intention that can be grown into an energetic timeline so others in the future can benefit. Those who can't right now plant for whatever reason, we're sending that intention that food on the highest vibrational level comes to them, gets delivered to them. Okay, so that's the intention around with the planting. And we're seeing it already, aren't we, in a lot of restaurants, that people are becoming more passionate about going from land to plate. Yeah, we're seeing a lot more people growing foods in their own land and then taking it to markets at the weekends again. We're seeing that rise again here in the UK, but it is going to grow and grow over these next 16 years. It's going to get really strong, and we're going to have real different farmers around us. We're going to have people who farm very, very differently. We're going to have farmers that all of a sudden go, I have all these acres and I don't particularly want to farm animals. Do you know what? Let's look at different crops. Let's look at having an apple orchard. Let's look at that. Let's look at putting in some sweet potatoes. Let's look at that. And what we're going to start doing is seeing that sharing again, that sharing that I'll give you 3 bags of potatoes for X amount of apples. We're going to see that natural exchange. We're going to start seeing that appreciation that we used to have right back at Sumerian times, when people used to swap and swap and swap things and value swapping. Yeah, so our value system over the next 16 years is going to really, really change. You know, we've seen people already where they'll quite happily swap doing this for that. Yeah, but we're so engaged in monetary systems still that a monetary value has to be taken for most people to be able to pay their bills, you know, for them to be able to do beautiful work and connect with people. But the next 16 years is so imperative of how we grow. And it all starts off with growing one little aloe vera plant, what turns into 100, 200 aloe vera plants. And then before you know it, you've become your own expert in planting aloe veras in your own home. Yeah, so whatever your aloe vera is, you know, that's down to you and your vibration. But enjoy planting something. Enjoy having window tubs, if it's window tubs that you can have. Enjoy having an indoor herb garden, if it's an indoor herb garden. But we are being really, really urged to grow some type of food that we grow ourselves, to eat for ourselves, which will really enhance our own light and our own energy and our frequency, and just allows us to have more compassion for ourselves and compassion for others that we're growing these foods for. Yeah, because when we grow, we're impacting like the insect kingdom, the animal kingdom. We've got an impact on all of that. So we are very impactful, intentionally and unintentionally. We have such a broad range of what and when we impact, when we're intentional, when we create change. So the last card is, how do we do all that? So we're just going to set a card as like an intention to what we can keep in our heart to help us move through and navigate us through that time. True love. True love is not always as it seems. So I'm going to allow the team of Oisha to be very strong on this subject because they are more of an expert than I am, Kerry-Louise, on this human planet. They are absolutely more experts than I am in knowing about true love and what that really means. So here we go. True love has been just really in an entanglement of illusionary process for such a long time. It's quite disappointing, really, the illusion that it's been portrayed. This fanciful, finding my true love, one's true love, a very cartoonist, very illusionary description of true love, true love's first kiss, true love's last kiss, finding true love. True love is to fall in love with yourself, not in a narcissistic way or anything like that. True love is falling in love with the home, the light home of who you are. That is what true love is. True love is moving through the ripples and the layers of the shadow of who you are and allowing yourself to fall in love with all your ripples. Yeah. True love is being at peace with who you are. Yeah. Being the perfectly imperfect person of who you are. For loving the skin, the hair, the shape, how you want to express yourself. True love is loving all aspects of you. True love is exploring you. True love is you being you and happy with what you've got and not wanting to change and mould yourself so much you become such a different person. Because if you want to do that, change and mould yourself to be physically such a different person, your internal world, your ripples are screaming to you to say, get in touch with me, use your intuition, speak to me, I'll show you who you are, I'll show you the beauty of who you are, I'll show you your strength and courage. But we can be very driven to external and changing who we are, and that can be quite radical sometimes as well. And we don't ever judge anybody for whatever you feel you need to do. Just know that you are beautiful, no matter what you think. And when we're critical of ourselves, we're definitely not in that true love resonance. When we're beating ourselves up about wrinkles and frown lines that come with age, with how our body expands and contracts as we move through day-to-day life. The true love is loving yourself, inner and outer. And wow, what a human What a human task to go through, isn't it? Because we're very programmed to have looked a certain way, to spoken a certain way, to have been a certain way, to not speak. There's a lot of programming. And my goodness, are we working through that programming? We are working through it. We are going through it. And more people are loving the lighthouse, loving their light home of who they are. And so we will see the rise of true love over the next 22 years. We will see people, and it's not narcissistic, like, I'm the best at everything, you know nothing. That's egotistical. Being in true love with yourself is kind of being able to have a bit of a laugh at yourself. It's being able to be honest with yourself. It's being able to get the help that you need. That shows true love. And all of that does then attract somebody that is on your wavelength if you are open to have that somebody. We're going to see more people over the next 24 years what do not feel they need to have a partner. And that is because they're invested in themselves. They're invested in looking out for themselves. But some of us are meant to have partners. Some of us are meant to share experiences with others. So if you are out there and you're doing the work and you feel no inclination to be like, I need to have a romantic love, I need to find my one true love, know you're on the journey of finding your own true love, and that is good enough. That is enough. That is more than enough. Yeah. Anything else that comes and is beautiful and truthful and non-illusionary, then you go get it, tiger. But through the ripples of who we are, we do find true love. And that is when we're in that vibration and frequency and alignment, if it is so, for somebody else to come through. But always allow somebody to come through with truth, love and wisdom, because that is the bare bones of true love. Love, truth and wisdom. And the wisdom is, be truly in love with who you are. And that will guide you through the beautiful travel. It's going to help us find the lighthouse that we are, to light up and connect consciously and energetically with everybody else. I don't know if anybody else saw that big glow of light that just happened from the sun behind me through these black outlines. How wonderful. So, they are the cards, they're the reading for spring and kind of beyond, isn't it really? And I thank my team Oisha for being with me. Going to thank you beautiful people for joining me and viewing and listening to things from a different perspective, for us to create change in this conscious, creative energy, and be well. And if anybody would like a wonderful one-to-one reading, then you are welcome. My email is klm allthingsnatural@gmail.com. You can find me at Earth Angels Provisions on Instagram if you would like to connect on Instagram. I'm Earth Angel Provisions, where I put a little bit of my doodles, my sketches, my light language, up onto TikTok. So until next time, as above, so below, so within, and expand your lighthouse by being truly in love with your light home. Take care.